today something called OCD. I know you've heard of it before. The OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder.
OCD.
Okay, so if you have obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD, it's not your fault. So fault is F-A-U-L-T.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you have someone who struggles with OCD, we believe it's not something that you desire to have or behave in any way associated to the OCD. There are 4 million adults in America who suffer with OCD. One of those adults, a famous man, is Howie Mandel. H-O-W-I-E M-A-N-D-E-L-L. He is a famous comedian and an entertainer on television. He's a great family man and loves to make people laugh. But he is constantly in fear of germs. Germs is G-E-R-M-S. Mandel speaks about his difficulty with OCD. He says, the biggest fear I have is being triggered. Triggered is T-R-I-G-G-E-R-E-D. And if I'm triggered and I get some sort of weird thought in my head that can't go, then my day is stopped. My life is stopped, he says. The anxiety associated with OCD affects him tremendously. Yet he has turned out to be a humble, successful man with integrity.
It's me, Anna. Stick.
Let's spell OCD.
Hey, wait for hugs. Hola. Boo.
I told you how many adults have OCD in America. How many adults have OCD in America? 4. 4, then up. Find it. Get that. So eyes first, straight there. M, up, get it. I, then a L, double letter, M-I-L. Get it. L, then a I, then a O. Find it. Million. It ends up not lasting that long.
Okay.
So what is Howie's biggest fear? What's his biggest fear? G, then E, G-E.
Oh, yeah.
G-E, eyes first, straight there, go. R, M.
Oh, yeah.
Up.
Woo!
So what exactly is OCD? A clinical psychologist and associate professor named Judy Raven, J-E-D-Y, Raven, R-E-A-V-E-N. She's a professor at the University of the Colorado School of Medicine in Denver, and she explains that OCD, as its name suggests, OCD is characterized by obsessions or compulsions, or both. Obsessions are recurrent and persistent thoughts that are both intrusive and unwanted. So, these thoughts are both intrusive and unwanted. Guys, get back.
Bye-bye.
They cause significant distress, and ignoring them can be difficult. Often, individuals with obsessions try to manage the discomfort associated with the thought by performing a particular action. So one way to cope with this is by performing an action.
Snack.
You already had your snack, so we'll get through half of this, and your mom said you're going to have another snack, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, once we have our break.
And I got cookies.
So this is the compulsive part of the disorder, performing an action. Compulsions are time-consuming, repetitive behaviors that an individual feels driven to perform in response to an obsessive thought.
Is free.
So, what job does Judy Reven have at the University of Colorado? She is what? Down, down, down. Get it? P, I straight there. Go R, P, R, O. Then a.
Oh yeah.
Get it? F, then a E.
Woo!
Then I straight there. Oh, good. Down, down, down. Get it? R. Professor.
Oh yeah.
So obsessive thoughts. So obsessive thoughts are both intrusive and what? Both intrusive and what else? It's you.
Woo!
And next is down in.
Oh yeah.
Straight there. Down, down, down. Find it. Get that W up above A, then a N, then a T, then a up above E. Last letter D. So compulsions are what? Two types of behaviors which an individual feels driven to perform in response to an obsessive thought. There's two of these. Straight there. T, then a up above. Get it? I. Get it down. M, up above E. Time. Go. C, then a down, down. Get it? The C straight there. O, N, S, then a get it, U, consume. So I's first straight there, go. I, then a N, then a good. So time consuming. What else?
Buzz.
These are time consuming and what else? Straight there. Next door, get it I, then a N, T, get it down, R, then a U, then the I, T, R, U, get it down, 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 S up above, S, I, then a down, 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 get it to the left, get it, and it finds. Straight there, above, V,
Why?
then a U. So what field of science and psychology criticized Suma Jacobs for believing OCD and autism were related? Oh, I's first. Go straight there. Go down, down, down. Find it. P, then S, P, S, then down, down, down. Y, P, S, Y. P, S, Y. I's first. Straight there. Go. Next door. You're right in that area. C, then up, H, then H, go, go, go. Doing great. Get that. Next door, get that I. I, then up, A, then get it, T. Finish it with R. And then out. Down, down, down. Get it. Down, down, down. Go. Y. So the striatum is associated with what two things?
Three things.
Two things.
Three things. Three things. Three things. Three things.
So we're talking about the question right now. Okay.
Last question.
And with this question, there's two answers. Okay.
One. Last question.
The striatum is associated with what two things?
Three things.
R. Then E. R. E. Straight there. Then W. Good. Up. A. W. A. R. E. W. A. R. R. E. W. A. R. D. Reward. Up. Good. Rewards.
Last question. Last question.
This is our last question.
Last question.
So, due to having an unregulated sensory motor cortex, it is causing
Last question.
what type of motor movements?
Last question.
There's two.
Last question.
Down, down, down. Find it. U. Okay. Eyes first straight there.
Last
Go, go,
question.
Go, go, go. U in. I, then a in. Then down, down, down. T, up, up.
Why?
T, then
Why?
finish it up. Keep going. Go ahead and get it. So you got U N I N T. Next is E, then a N, then a T, then a